Welcome back to SUPERSTAT, where we explore laboratory medicine, diagnostics, and the science shaping healthcare in 20 minutes or less. Today, we're talking about a little blue molecule that seems to be everywhere right now.
That's right. And if you haven't spent any time on social media, which I have in a little bit, you've probably seen claims that methylene blue can boost your memory, supercharge your mitochondria, that powerhouse, and increase energy, improve focus, slow aging. Okay with that? And maybe even help you live longer.
Live longer, boost your memory, improve your energy. That's a
Well,
pretty
tell me more.
impressive resume there. But for all of our listeners, here is the question. Is methylene blue the next breakthrough in health and longevity? Or is the hype, running ahead of the science like always? And we love to talk about that here.
That's our favorite thing to talk about. I think we need to start with the fact that methylene blue is not new. I know it feels new, probably on the socials, but the fact is that it's one of the oldest synthetic dyes ever developed, dating back to the late 1800s. So before it was in wellness podcasts and biohacking communities, methylene blue was already being used in laboratories, definitely in hospitals, so path departments and microbiology labs, even operating rooms.
Yeah, which is surprising to me because, I've worked with it for a while, a few years. And from a microbiology standpoint, in many of our laboratories, we kind of use methylene blue or different stains, a primary stain, just to kind of visualize structure like microorganisms. Last place I used it was we were using it for stool white blood cells. So just to see structure. So I don't know where this is coming from.
Well, apparently it's not as new as social media thinks it is. And so while social media may think they've discovered something revolutionary, laboratorians like Aaron just said, Aaron Odie. I think you're A. Odie. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to your name.
I'm reinventing myself.
Reinventing yourself. Laboratorians have been working with this compound for decades. So this is nothing new, y'all.
Well, I think the drinking of it is new, or putting it drops into things. And it makes me think of the lab rules. Do you remember the lab rules when we were first learning? And it's like, don't lick this, or like Susie didn't wear her glasses. Now she doesn't need them. Do you remember that stuff? It's like, don't ingest.
There's a whole Dua Lipa parody song about those lab rolls.
Yeah, exactly. I think where things for this get interesting is that we know that methylene blue participates in redox reactions, so oxidation reduction reactions. In small, simpler terms for people out there who maybe aren't, lab savvy, it helps move electrons within cells. And so there has been some research done on how methylene blue interacts with mitochondria, which is like the powerhouse of the cell. So, they are looking into things.
I love how you said powerhouse of the cell. I want to hear
Put
you
it
say
on a
it.
t-shirt.
Powerhouse.
So basically, because mitochondrial dysfunction has been linked to aging and certain diseases, methylene blue has attracted significant scientific attention.
So it's a reasonable question. Then, could it potentially improve cellular energy production?
I think it's a good investigative question. I don't think it's a proven clinical outcome. One thing missing from the online discussion is that methylene blue is already a legitimate medication with an FDA-approved intended use, and that is acquired methemoglobinemia.
So for our lab listeners, the big word that Dr. Nelson just said, which I heard, white
It's a big
jacket.
word.
Methemoglobinemia.
Methemoglobinemia. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you put that on your t-shirt.
A blue t-shirt with a mitochondria on it.
Yes,
there you go.
powerhouse. And the mitochondria is like, well, we're doing the powerhouse.
Yeah.
So this occurs when hemoglobin becomes altered and loses its ability to effectively carry oxygen, right? And so all the laboratory listeners understand this. So patients may appear blue or cyanotic despite having oxygen available in their bloodstream. And in these situations, methylene blue can help convert abnormal hemoglobin back into a form capable of carrying oxygen. So obviously in the lab, it's very involved from a testing perspective.
Yeah, that use case isn't wellness culture. It's evidence-based medicine.
Right. And so online, though, they're saying, some influencers are saying that it's a cognitive enhancer or a longevity molecule. And to be fair to the influence base, I guess, some of these claims are rooted in scientific observations. I just think that the study research data isn't to the level of what we would call evidence-based, right? So you have researchers who have observational studies on mitochondrial function. With methylene blue, they've explored neuroprotective mechanisms. There's been some studies investigating memory and cognition in methylene blue. But the problem is that these do not automatically translate into meaningful health outcomes, right? Like they're just in that research study period.
Yeah, and this is where our podcast has become really valuable, right? I mean, we've done a couple of episodes on talking about where does social media and our current culture blur the lines between evidence-based practice and wellness and health, just your regular health journey. And so it's interesting how, speaking to your point, current research suggests methylene blue has intriguing biological properties. So there is ongoing investigation into neurodegenerative diseases, mitochondrial dysfunction, cognitive performance, critical care applications. But again, not enough evidence for, taking wellness into your own hand and trying to improve your memory. Get a notebook, get a sticky note. It's okay.
So why my desk is covered in sticky notes on maybe drinking methylene blue?
No, don't do that.
Oh, for all you safety people out there, safety officer, quality person, Aaron is not doing that. We don't currently have strong evidence demonstrating that healthy adults taking methylene blue live longer, age slower, or even experience dramatic improvements in cognitive performance. I mean, the science is interesting. The conclusions are still kind of developing, so it'll just take some time. And that's a very different message than many of us are seeing on social media.
Yeah, part of me wonders where people are finding it or sourcing it from. You know what I mean? Like, where are you getting it? I guess you could buy it from a reagent supply store.
That's an interesting question. Yeah.
I don't
Mm.
know. I mean, somebody see if Amazon has
Cardinal,
it. Let me know. Like,
would you
the
have a reorder point on that too? Would you put it on your par for your
I don't
bathroom? You just hit the
I don't know. I mean,
tell
but
you.
this is where I think it's really important, and I think we need to kind of hone in on, because the part that gets skipped is like methylene blue is biologically active. When you buy it, I mean, it has this redox capability, and so that means it can have side effects or drug interactions and contraindications depending on what you're doing. And one of the most important concerns is serotonin syndrome. So, like, if you're on a common or certain antidepressants like SSRIs or SNRIs, and you take methylene blue, you could get a dangerous rise in your serotonin levels. And serotonin syndrome can be very serious, and in rare cases, it can even be life threatening.
Yeah. Spoken by a pharmaceutical chemist. To her, another important consideration is G6PD deficiency. Individuals with G6PD deficiency may experience severe hemolysis when exposed to methylene blue.
It's not good. No bueno.
Nobody wants that.
No.
No, and I mean, reading I saw, I mean, even it comes down to if you've had certain foods or alcohol in some cases can impact how it's working. So, I mean, there's lots of additional variables in there that you don't kind of think about. But this is exactly why laboratory tests and medical oversight really matter. I mean, the same molecule that helps one patient can significantly harm another. So you have to kind of be careful. You can't just, it's not a miracle blue molecule. People are different. That's why we look at individualized medicine and how drug metabolism happens. So it's one of
Yeah,
those
and
crazy things.
yeah, it's not a miracle drug, right? Nothing ever is, and it's not necessarily snake oil, right? So it's kind of this in between, because it is legitimate medication with well-established clinical use cases in methemoglobinemia. It does have fascinating biology, but it's not a proven fountain of use.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, why is our culture so fascinated with wellness and kind of like these quick fixes and like this, never aging, forever youthful, not, showing any signs of age. It's sad and it's almost dangerous to young people, preteens, teens that are coming up, like these TikToks and these things. My daughter was going through something the other day and she was like, Mom, I already AI'd my symptoms and this is perfectly normal for a girl my age. And I'm just like, yes, but you also have, medical professional lives in your house that you could talk to. It's almost sad where our culture is going, where we are just prioritizing and focusing on just not seeing the beauty and just the natural growth and development of our own bodies and our minds and, all of these things and trying to stun it or stop it with all of these different extremities. Not saying that if you're doing this is, I mean, I am saying that if you're doing this is extreme, it's extreme.
Yeah.
No, but I like the point you made just about the fact that we're almost missing it. Like we're trying to stop time and stop life, and you're looking away and you're missing the beauty of it all. I mean, yes, we are a quick society. We want to not have to, the quick fix where it's the methylene blue miracle molecule or the next thing that's on a celebrity's website that we can kind of copy, but you're trying to stop something that you're lucky to be continuing on with. So I mean, we're not guaranteed any kind of amount of time. It's just you're lucky to get the time you have. So yes, I would love the wrinkles in my forehead to go away, but I know realistically I can't buy some cream or pick up the Eosin dye from underneath the hood and just cover my face in it and hope for the best.
No.
Yes.
We don't condone
No,
people drinking
I do
dye.
not want to be on a Dan the Safety Man. Dan
And
the
I
Safety
mean,
Man's gonna be like, oh no.
we've talked about this so much, but I feel like the liability too of like telling somebody, if you told somebody to take this and then they end up with serotonin syndrome and then it's just like I mean where does the rock stop rolling, I guess. I hope that people listening to this understand that biology and interesting biology is not the same thing as proven science. The goal isn't to dismiss promising science either, right? We want to follow the evidence wherever it leads. But right now, the evidence says that methylene blue is fascinating. It does have real clinical applications, but many of the big claims on social media still require a lot of data.
As always, do your research, people. Do your research. Odie, when you were talking, what's the movie with the paper bag that's just like dancing? And then they were like talking about the beauty of life and just watching this paper. What's the movie?
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know. I kept thinking of Tuck Everlasting. Do you know that one? That was so cute.
it's American Beauty. It's a plastic bag
Yes. Yeah.
dancing in the wind.
Yeah. Be a plastic bag
Cause,
dancing in the
Katy
wind.
cause
Perry,
baby,
your
you're
firework.
a firework.
Firework.
Remember that.
It's
And may
methylene
true
blue
shine
flammable. I
bright,
feel like it
bright,
is.
bright, like a diamond and bright. And the rest of that song. But yeah,
That is a song.
from Superstat, shine bright like a diamond.
I'm bright like a
I got
diamond.
worked a little Rihanna in there, yeah. But
Yes.
That was my friend's wedding song when they cut the
oh,
cake. But anyway,
How
moving
do we
on.
work that into this? How did
I
we?
don't know. I don't know. But I
but
think
yeah,
we should probably sign off.
would
We're getting close.
probably I hear the phone ringing. The line is down, so we got to get those
The vendors are calling. We're
stats
running
out.
out of methylene blue.
Well, that's not, no, I'm wrong. See, I'm not a microbiologist. I'm a chemist. I have no idea what you used to saying in there. Okay, well, until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep looking at that evidence-based data.